The Academic Staff Union of Universities and the Joint Action Committee of the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions and Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities have said the federal government did not reach a strong agreement with them that can lead to calling off the industrial actions. All the university unions in the country are presently on strike. Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh, and sizzling news all day long. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, this is a very good opportunity for you to subscribe. Hit the like button, most importantly, click on the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever we post. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the details of today's news. The Academic Staff Union of Universities and the Joint Action Committee of the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions and Serious Staff Association of Nigerian Universities have said the federal government did not reach a strong agreement with them that can lead to calling off the industrial actions. All the university unions in the country are presently on strike. Asuu started its strike on February 14, 2022, and JAC commenced its own on April 14, 2022. The unions embark on industrial actions while demanding improved welfare packages, better working conditions, and implementation of various labor agreements signed with the federal government between 2009 and 2020. The national leaders of Asuu and JAC, of SSANU and NASU, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke and Mr. Mohammed Ibrahim, respectively, told our correspondent that the federal government and all stakeholders in the education sector and religious leaders had a meeting with the four unions, but no strong agreements were reached. The Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, was quoted in a report at the weekend as saying, "We had a cordial and fruitful discussion. We looked at the issues dispassionately and reached some agreement to the satisfaction of everybody in attendance." But Osodeko and said Ngige's claim after the meeting that the unions would call off the ongoing strike this week was a political statement. He said, "We are not aware that we are calling off the strike. We met, but there was nothing concrete between us and the government. Like we said before, we do not want promises, we want actions. If they show action and implement all the issues, we will go to our members, but knowing their antecedents, we know they will not do anything." He said, and I quote, "They promised us since December 2020, and it is going to a year and a half. They have not done anything. We are waiting for them. As far as we are concerned, only when they sign our agreement, as said UTAS, release EAA, and revitalization funds, will we call the strikes off." Ibrahim added that the major progress he could point at during the meeting was the ordering of the National Information Technology Development Agency by the presidency, who was represented by the Chief of Staff to the President and Chairman of the meeting, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, to subject the three payment solutions: integrated payroll and personal information system, university transparency and accountability solution, and university peculiar payroll payment system, to integrity test and submit in 3 weeks. "We are not talking about calling off strike now," he said. Meanwhile, the National Youth Service Corps, Joint Admissions and Matriculations Board and universities will meet later to harmonize timetable and rollout calendar for the mobilization of graduates for the mandatory National Youth Service and 2022 admissions following the disruption in the academic calendar as a result of the ongoing industrial actions. The news has lent the Secretary General of the Committee of Vice Chancellors of Nigerian Universities, Professor Yakubu Ochefu, disclosed this in an interview with the news. He said the heads of JAMB, NYSC, and universities would meet to ensure synchronization of timetables once the strike is called off. Oshefu said, if we recall in 2020, when we had a similar situation, all the parties adjusted their rollout calendars. NYSC, JAMB, and the universities will work together to synchronize their timetables. Their leaders will surely meet to review the timetables immediately after the strike is called off. Also, the Michael Imojo National Institute for Labor Studies, Ilorin, Kwara State, has said that it has started mediating in the dispute between Asuu and the federal government. The Director General of MINELS, Issa Aremu, reveals this in Ilorin while responding to questions on the strike. Asuu issues with the federal government are labor issues which are technical. The ministers could not resolve them because they lack skills to mediate on the industrial disputes. There are two issues, dispute of rights and dispute of interest. While Asuu is on a course of a dispute of rights, it is wrong for it to go on strike on the dispute of interest, which includes the system of salary payment, it said. Aremo, who described the shutting down of universities as worrisome, said, we are meeting with stakeholders in the education sector, including Asuu, government, students, and the parents, to ensure that schools are opened. Nigeria cannot miss the development agenda if it continues with the incessant strike by workers. This is the news coming to you from Newsroom Media. Thank you very much for always listening. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe. I surely hope that this strike would surely end someday and the government and ASU are able to come together, sit in one place and, resolve this. It has gone on for way too long. We need a permanent solution to this. The students cannot just continue sitting at home. It's not done. Most of the students have gone back to learning one trade or the other. But tell me, why didn't they just go and learn trade instead of paying such huge amounts of money to go to school? Why? But anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. I reply to all my comments. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.